Hello there! Did you know that you can get personalised cameos? They make the perfect gift for anyone you don't like, and also to send veiled threats and random demands. I do fuck all, so I can do pretty much anything, as long as it's from my chair. For extra, I'll even deep throat a vegetable. Buy a cameo today and tell them how you really feel. Assassination attempts also cost extra.
So freaking bitchy. Look, all couples fight, okay?
So do all friends and all roommates.
I'm gonna be for, I don't know if I'm gonna fast. I want to try to fast for Ramadan, but because I take my medications and I have to take them with food, especially the metformin, it'll give me really bad stomach pain if I don't. I don't know if medically I'll be able to, you know?
Here's an interesting thing about fasting during Ramadan, from somebody who has fasted during Ramadan. Fasting is meant to occur between sunrise and sunset, and it is not just not eating and not drinking. It's also not smoking, not cursing, not losing your temper, not being ill-mannered, not treating people badly. You're not allowed to touch anybody of the opposite sex, even your husband, although you can have sex once the fast is broken, as long as you're married, obviously. So there's a lot more involved in fasting than just not eating and drinking.
And you know, people say, well, even my fitness pal, I'm like 2 pounds a week, but I aim for 1.5 pounds a week. But per month, that's a couple kgs. And I saw a nutritional coach being like, a couple of kgs, and he showed what that was in fat. He has like this yellow fatty thing. That's a lot of fat off your body.
With all the sincerest of respect, Foodie, if you lose 2 pounds a week, actually lose 2 pounds a week, we're not, legitimately, it will take almost 2 years for you to lose the weight you need to lose, minimum amount of weight you need to lose. You don't have 2 years. Stop following the nutritional advice that somebody on TikTok is giving for people who only need to lose maximum 10 kilos. The advice for those people is not the same as the advice that you need. You need to speak to a nutritionist and dietitian who deals exclusively with people who need to lose in excess of 200 pounds. You don't have the time to lose only 2 pounds a week.
A newfound love for The Weeknd, some songs. Duck Puppet, that's what I'm saying. Before, when I used to listen to certain songs from The Weeknd, it reminded me of like dark times from the last time I listened to them.
See? Look, that proves I'm over, Nada. You've got to believe me now because I can listen to songs without feeling sad. What more evidence do you need?
I used to associate like The Weeknd, with like love interest. Now I associate with the love interest in myself.
Whose TikTok have you been watching?
This is a real relationship, guys. Things like this happen.
How to lie properly and convincingly by Foodie Beauty. Step 1. Talk about it a lot. Repeat yourself a lot. Mention how it isn't that a lot, Step 2. Talk about it a lot. Yeah. Don't let the subject drop. No, not at all. No. Stress, It's definitely true. Yeah, absolutely true. Yeah. Say it a lot, right? Got it? Say it a lot. Yeah.
Monica, you guys want to see all the patterns I'm wearing? You're going to freak out. I always look the other way. I'm blind.
Why are your boobs pointing up like that? Looks like you've gotten some helium balloons on some string with a little noose at the bottom. You put the noose on your nipples and let the balloons go, and your boobs have gone like that. You look like you're wearing one of these. Do you know, underwear is really good at, squishing things in and pushing things up. Just saying.
I'm
Do you know, credit where credit's due. The fact that she could still get up on that sofa is actually almost miraculous.
See? I didn't soil my elephant pants.
I didn't soil my elephant pants. Why are you saying that like it's an achievement? Most adults can get through their day without soiling themselves, and when they do, they don't get to the end of the day and go, yeah, another day of not shitting myself. Why do you feel it's okay to announce these things on the internet? No, I'm really curious. Why? Girl, you puzzle me.
And this shirt is to hide the foopy foop.
Right. Your foopy foop hangs much lower than that normally. Now, I would argue that had you lost weight, it would actually hang lower. So, because you're foopy foop, uppy, because your foopy foop's uppy, right? It kind of implies that someone might be worshipping at the temple of Spanx.
And this is the shirt that it used to be pretty tight on me, you know?
Just because something isn't as tight as it used to be doesn't mean that you've lost weight. We saw you wear that shirt in Thailand. You spent days in it. You slept in it. That t-shirt suffered. That t-shirt went through it. That t-shirt is fooked. Probably it fits looser because it's given up the will to live.
So this is like a non-scale victory.
You keep going on about non-scale victories because you know you don't have any actual scale victories. And again, stop getting all your information off TikTok.
Things that I do in my private life, you know, if I have met friends, if I do go for a coffee with them, or what salon I do, like unless we film it, like we, you know, if we go live during camping, if we have a down moment or film what camping is like, stuff like that. But stuff I keep very private, especially in regards to family and stuff like that. You know, I think you guys can understand, which honestly most people do, you know.
Yeah, I don't film what I do every day either. You know, I mean, I was saying to Pedro, Pascal, the other day when we were having cocktails at the Regency Hotel after we went to Buckingham Palace, that yeah, it's best to keep your private life private. Yeah, and then I went back to my husband Greg Davis, and yeah, we were sitting in a hot tub together talking about, you know, having to go and visit Jason Momoa for a threesome. That the garden really needed weeding. Yeah, and that maybe we should get onto that.
Most people keep a lot of that stuff private, you know. And if I tell people like, oh, I made a friend, I have a friend, or something like that, or something private like that, then they're, you know, like people are very invasive and just try to research like every little thing on my life.
So yeah, I don't do these things because other people ruin it for me because yeah, because everybody sucks. And so I don't tell anybody that I'm absolutely, for sure, 100% doing these things. And so yeah, it's your fault I don't tell you about the wonderful life I have behind the scenes. And yeah.
the only thing I can do about that, you know, like, is not tell you my private life details. So not telling you, oh, I did this, I went here, 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 you know. It's just not something, unfortunately, I can do.
Look, if you're going to lie about having a life offline, don't go on about how I went here, 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 and here, suggesting that you do multiple things a day. You could just say, I went here, the one thing, and that would be a little bit more believable. Because as it is, nobody thinks you have a life outside of that apartment.
You know, so maybe someday, I don't know. Hey, Lisa, I watched Lolcow live, but other than that, not really. Actually, I was watching. Oh, I freaking lost so many brain cells watching this, and it's so mean to talk about like other people. But have you guys heard of World of T-shirts? Anyway, I went down a rabbit hole with this, and this is an example of sometimes doing things for money is not worth it. World of T-shirts. It's a guy named Joshua Block. He's like autistic, and he's being in my opinion, taken advantage of by this former pimp. They live in New York, and he just runs around. He first of all, he developed alcoholism, just for content, basically, in my opinion, because his whole shtick is getting drunk and acting like an ass in public.
Are you joking? Are you effing joking? He developed alcoholism, in my opinion, for content. Are you off your fucking rocker? Do you know what? I'm going to add to this. World of T-shirts is a severely autistic individual who cannot understand the consequences of his actions. Now, I will not cover anybody whose intellectual abilities prevent them from understanding what they're doing. People like Chris Chan, Daniel Lawson, World of T-shirts, Cyrax. Doesn't matter. Well, it matters what they've done, but I am not going to cover them because they are, in a way, incapable of understanding the severity of what they're doing. Unlike a person I cover, and another person I cover but not recently because they're doing F all, who does understand what they're doing, the possible ramifications, how it affects other people. Leave autistic people alone.
You know, he has to keep drinking, like, to, you know, so.
You did just not. Did you just imply that World of T-shirts keeps drinking for content to make money? Did you? Is that why you can't stop eating? Or maybe it's because addiction? Really? Because from what you're saying, he can stop any time he wants. It's just because he's greedy. Huh. Does that mean you can stop any time you want, but you're just greedy?
Kuwait fresh eggs. How much is 600 fills? I don't know. I paid extra 50 fills for a pack of this because it's so fresh always.
Is this the best you can do? You've been doing YouTube for 8 years? This is the best you can do? People actually like this. Alright. No grocery haul, but this is my purse. And I'm going to show you my key ring. Yeah, alright then. Right, well, it's my keys for my car. Look, this says, you can read it, best cat mum ever. Right, and Hello Kitty. Look, cool. And skull, bird, and pentagram. Was that interesting, everybody? Let me know if you want to see more stuff. Yeah, maybe I can show you what's on my table next.
I need some mac juice actually right now. We need fresh bread. I took all the old bread from the freezer and we're gonna feed the animals. I needed baking paper really bad. Babe, we needed these. We don't have any left, by the way. Soufre. This you put down on the ground or like wherever you're eating, like the disposable tablecloths, and these are biodegradable. I'm gonna make hummus. Oh, we have hummus. I'm gonna have some hummus in this. I need a snack plate. I'm still hungry. This was 350 pills. 2 kilos of cucumber.
Oh my effing God. Right, look, you see this? I did it with one of these. I know.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to keep the cheese out because I'm going to have my snack plate now.
Legitimate question. Has Foodie ever done a grocery haul where she didn't eat at least one of the items?
Alien Socks, did you do a video about how to live with being so hated? You told a story about passing around a burger and spitting on it. The kids got mad. Thank you.
Why are you chewing? Please. Why are you chewing?
She opened her burger out of the wrapper. And she looked at it. And she was like, ew, it looks gross, guys. And like everyone was making fun of their burgers, like analyzing it. One guy was like, I think there's a tooth in my burger. It was probably just fat. So she smashed her burger like this and passed it around the table. And everyone took their turn smashing the burger, defiling the burger. They were being nasty to the burger.
A poor burger. He didn't deserve that. Destroyed. Defiled. It was so young. A burger. I just watched that bit back. I didn't know I was so good at that. That's kind of scary.
I can't really remember exactly what everyone did. So when it came around to me, I thought I would show off and take it up a notch. And I spit on it, assuming she wasn't going to eat it. So, but when I spit on it, everyone went quiet and she started freaking out and told on me.
This is what we call taking the joke too far. The reason you got told on wasn't because you participated in squishing the burger with your hand. You actually took a bodily fluid and put it on the food. Now, this actually is a really good example of your behaviour and why you get into so much trouble for stuff when other people do it too, because you don't know where to draw the line. You don't know where to stop. You don't know where something stops being funny and starts being offensive.
As for living with being hated, well, you just do.
Or you can change your behaviour and not live with being hated.
You just don't really, I mean, I'm sorry, and I hate to be like this when I said I wouldn't. Seriously, if you don't, go have a look at, for example, FFG. Are you going to be offended by her making fun of you? Seriously.
Why not? Because you do.
So one, consider the source of where it's coming from. And two, your life is so much better if you just ignore it. That's the lesson, hard lesson I've learned. I hope I've learned. And I hope no.
So you do know these things. You do actually know the things you need to do to make your life significantly better. And yet,
Do the percentage math. How many channels? How many? It's been going on your whole life, not just YouTube. What's been going on my whole life? Who here has never fought with anyone in their real life?
That is a false equivalency. Yes, everybody has fought with people in their life. Your question should be, who here doesn't fight with somebody every single day? Multiple somebodies every single day. I actually don't know the last time I had an argument. I actually don't. Oh, last time I lost my temper was 2 months ago, actually. And I apologised immediately afterwards.
As a kid, whatever. Raise your hand.
To your question, who's never argued in their life? No, I can't raise my hand. To who hasn't argued with anybody during the entire month of October?
If you add up all the reaction channels, I don't mean the funny ones or the ones that, talk whatever. I mean malicious ones. Hate watchers. If you add up the amount of videos they put out, which is at least one daily, compared to the amount of videos and times I address things, it's a very small percentile.
Again, false equivalency. Let's say, for argument's sake, there are 10 dedicated hater channels that do one video a day. So that is 70 videos in 1 week where people are being hateful towards you, and you make 3 videos reacting. So 3 against 70 is quite whatever. But 3 against 7, one person, is almost 50%.
I figure I'm just going to let people talk their crap, make up rumors about me, lie, whatever you want to do. Go for it. Because you know what? It is attention for my channel. Too. People are going to make up their own mind a lot of the time. Unless you're like a. And a lot of people have come here saying, I saw you from this channel, blah, blah, blah. And, I think you're awesome. I don't get it. So who cares?
If that's the case, I would also argue that a lot of people are leaving your channel and going to these types of channels and saying, I can't believe I fell for her bullshit.
I don't know if you're blaming me for the tomato incident, but the person being attacked is not at fault unless they do something really heinous. Me? I was fat.
As a fat child myself, it takes, there are some people who will dislike you purely because of your size, but that's going to be a very small amount of people. If you find yourself in a position where quite a significant amount of people don't like you, it's not because of your size. It's not. Now, I have a request. If there's only one thing you change about yourself, please, 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 be it that you stop chewing and eating and talking simultaneously on the internet, especially when you've got food bits on your mouth. Please stop doing that.
And not cool, At the time that happened, I was hanging around with my friend who was like really skinny, really pretty, and she had a boyfriend who would bring me to this area of town that was just like so. It was like the ghetto of Cornwall, and there was a gang of guys, like young teenage guys, that were really, really nasty. And they weren't just nasty to me. They were like the neighborhood bullies. And really, not just me. I had a friend who lived in there too. Kathy. She was the man on Kiwi Farms. She's from Morocco. They used to call her Couscous Kathy.
When you describe things that happen to you, you never describe anything or anyone, apart from yourself, in a positive way. A group of people who were bullies, they were nasty to everyone, in the ghetto. You also like to point out people's ethnicity, as if that's relevant. Also, I don't know if you know this, but the word kous by itself in certain Arabic places means a very impolite way of saying vagina. So maybe kous, whatever, to a Moroccan might actually have worse connotations than you're assuming.
Like just really racist, disgusting things. They were just nasty people.
So why did you spend time with them if that's how you felt about them?
And they would like damage properties and run around and throw eggs, and they were nasty. So we were all partying and they were drinking and doing all things, I don't know. But one day they just like, yeah, there was like a communal garden for everybody in that area because it was like a poor area. It was like a government area, like government subsidized housing. And they just like,
wow, you are such a snob. You'd think, given the circumstances with which you grew up in, you would be a bit more understanding.
I can talk about it because it doesn't bug me anymore like it used to. Because I don't always understand the motives of people who hurt you in life, but you're going to get hurt by people. It's going to happen. But like I said, it's a small town, and I know one of them unalived themselves, sadly. They just spiraled into, none of them live good lives. I think one's a bouncer at a crappy bar in Cornwall.
Yeah. And you're doing so much better.
Still like preying on younger women. Real winner. So that was so long ago, whatever. I like to think it made me a stronger person. I mean, you're going to have to deal with these people all your life. And I thought that being out of school, it would change that, adults don't bully one another. And boy, was I wrong. I've never seen even worse than the tomato throwing. Like the amount of hate on YouTube, like unnecessary hate for people, is just disgusting. It's just.
Maybe it's not that everybody, particularly adults, are bullies. Maybe it's this is a difficult one to say. All right, let's dissect this. Look at me. I am old. I am heavily tattooed. I have a silly haircut. I've got a stupid accent. I am someone who could very, very, very easily be bullied. But despite all the things that you can point out about me that may not be to most people's approval, I have experienced nothing but support and love and encouragement from people on the internet. I have been absolutely gobsmacked, actually, by the amount of support I have gotten. I did not expect this. I am very, very, very aware that I am very, very acquired taste. I am mind blown about how effing wonderful people have been. So, why is your experience of the internet different? Considering how I am a walking target for commentary, and you, for the majority of your time online, could be classified as being somewhat unremarkable. I mean, could it possibly be a character thing?
I don't know. No, but they hate watch. They even admit that. Like, why you want to spend your time doing that? I don't know. But
Probably for exactly the same reason that you do it.
any of the people I bullied still hold it against you. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I wasn't always the nicest to everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Like that helps with, forgiveness too, because you think I was a lost, mean person sometimes, and so is everybody. But I didn't do anything really nasty or physical. I didn't like throw anything at anybody or beat anybody or
Not physically causing somebody any harm isn't the benchmark for what's tolerable and what's not.
everyone was like ganging up on her. So yeah, I really don't even know her. So if I saw her today, I would apologize to her if she remembered that. For sure I would.
Do you know that almost sounded genuine until he added the if she remembered it bit? Because what? Otherwise, there's no point apologising.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a person. I don't want to be a bully. I don't want to be somebody mean. Like I know I lash out in like self-defense sometimes, and even that I feel bad after. I delete my posts, I delete my videos. I don't. So if I ever defend myself now, I want to try to be more, you know.
You don't actually defend yourself. You do know that. You see, defence is preventing the attack from hurting you or causing damage. Okay? A defence, let's break this down. Somebody's going to throw a stone at you. Okay? Defending yourself from the stone would be to block it or to move out of the way. And that way, you don't physically get hurt. Your idea of defending yourself is somebody throws a stone at you, you allow it to hurt you, and therefore you feel justified in throwing a stone back to physically hurt them. This is editing me. I didn't end the video properly. So, thank you for watching, and ta-ta for now. Look at that face. Look at that face.